Alright, here we've got my Goldwing tied up to the prototype, and we've got it strapped down to the front end. Now, with the Goldwing and with any fairing, full fairing bike, as you can see, you've got to come out from underneath the fairing, and if you try and come from the handlebars, you're going to be coming across the top of most fairings, and these days the handlebars have got controls and so much taken up that you're going to have all kinds of conflicts there. So you need to be able to come out, so the angle for this is not good. So what we need to do is create some loops toward the front to be able to tie off the front two coming out from under the fairing and compressing the forks and locking it forward. Now, we're going to show you, we're going to take the bike off the kickstand, and it's supporting the bike, but it's not great. Alright, go ahead and put it back up. Now,
the cradle's not big enough.
Yeah, the cradle needs to be longer and much wider as well, at least an inch to 2 inches wider. Now, the hitch connection, as you can see, has a lot of slop. I mean, a lot of slop. And let me move around, and you'll see that the tire of the front tire of the bike, when it's in the wheel cup, is bowed in and really distorted on the bottom. Not as much on the front, a little bit on the top, but on the bottom it's really bowed in, and it just doesn't look good at all. Also, the straps, and I'm not sure, but the flat portion should probably be tensioning up, because the double thick portion, that's where all your tension is at this point in time. Plus, we discovered you can't run it over the bar. It's got to come up underneath the bar. Otherwise, there's no tension at all, and that's a big disclaimer item. Let's see. We've got... Okay. This jam nut here can't be... You need two jam nuts and a washer, as opposed to the one hex nut. Also, it needs to be a sealed bearing underneath, and it's an open bearing, and it'll just come apart and you'll lose the ball bearings. Also, on this, you need a thrust washer here, like you've got on the bottom. Rolling. Explain the issue of the ratchet placement.
The ratchet will not open all the way
to release the strap, right?
Right, because this is in the way.
Okay, and what did you have to do to make that happen?
Take a screwdriver here and press the release, pull the release up on this end.
Okay.
I need another hand to make it happen.
And that looks a little awkward there, Rob.
Yeah, but the line of sight between here, this is in the way of the ratchet. The ratchet bent the plate. This plate right here is bent.
Hang on, let me get on it. Go ahead.
This plate right here bent in, and the ratchet can't open all the way to unlatch. So maybe...
So the ratchet placement's got to be reconsidered.
Possibly, or if it maybe turned around. Let's try it this way.
Yeah, I don't think so. It's got to come out that way, man.
Right.
All right. Okay, so Robert has turned the ratchet around
so that it has the open, so it can be open.
Down away from the body of the device.
Right. Which you had to go on the back side of the strap, even over here. Why is that hitting that?
So that means that the outrigger needs to be reconsidered, placement of that. But we've got a suggestion for that coming up.
We're gonna take the strap off, because the strap cannot go like this or go underneath and be straight.
Now we've turned the ratchets around.
Right. So we're going to turn the strap so the strap is going that direction, so it can be pulled while the other strap over here,
right,
perpendicular to this one over here. So by taking the strap, we're going to reinstall it going in the opposite direction.
We're just going to reroute it because we've turned the ratchet around. So show him where it was originally. Which was 180 degrees. It was like this.
And we could not open it all the way.
Couldn't open it all the way, so we're going to
release it.
Right, yeah, we're going to turn it backwards.
And this metal's also bent from ratcheting it down as well, right here. Yeah. And maybe this may fix that.
Yeah. All right, we've got the ratchet apart. We're going to change over the strap direction, okay? And when we get it apart, you can see here how the nylon strap itself is just tearing within the ratchet.
Or they heated it. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, no, it's tearing within the ratchet, and it needs to have some sort of metal clamp here so that the retaining bolts which run through the ratchet, okay, it needs to have some sort of anchor point here.
Bring it over.
Yeah, so that it's not going to tear through, because the stress being put on by a big bike on the front wheel of this strap just doesn't look like it's going to stay there for long. It's going to work on it, and unless there's something more than that nylon coming around those little bolts, you're going to have an issue. Looks like.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what we've done is we have reversed the direction of the strap out of the clamp, and it is pulled up much better, much tighter. There isn't as much slop, and that's one of the things that needs to be done. Absolutely. The wheel, you'll see the wheel has pulled up much tighter in the cradle. You know what? That street glide wouldn't get in there. Hit it. All right. Robert's been cranking for about 3 minutes now, and you'll see here we are off the ground. The kickstand is rocking and rolling.
Robert's getting tired.
Yeah, and there's
there, the bolt.
Okay, so I got the gold wing. We got the gold wing tied up. Again, the angle of the outrigger there, it's coming out from under the fairing, and it's really working on the fairing. It's kind of, I'm afraid it's going to split the fairing right there.
So we need it down here.
Yeah. And look at the bow. Yeah, right, but see it right there?
Mm-hmm. Bowing.
Yes, it is bowing. But this is the biggie. You can see the bow here. It's chucking the paint. That paint is coming off because of the stress of the bow. So no, we're not going to try and pull this around. I think you get the idea.
Get the square bar.
There's another trailer and how they do their outrigger. There's two flanges. It's square bar, goes in between the flanges, and then it's pinned.
Yeah. Okay.
Boom. But the square bar is shorter, and it does not bend. Square doesn't bend, round does.